Welcome to Roseburg's Legion Field, home of the Dr. Stewarts and the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Coverage of this tournament game is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. Let's head to the field.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to Legion Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. We welcome you into tonight's broadcast of Roseburg Dr. Stewart's Baseball here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and also streaming online at 541radio.com. We welcome you in not only to the broadcast but into the postseason as the Doc Stewarts, the host team of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament, welcome in the top 7 teams around the state right here to Legion Field, where the Doc Stewarts will get to participate in the state tournament for the first time since 2014. In the final game of day 1 at the tournament, the Doc Stewarts will take on the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. Big moment here for the Doc Stewarts as they look to try and advance in the winner's bracket. Welcome in, a lot to get to here in our Budget Lumber pregame show. Everything you need at great low prices. Budget Lumber on Diamond Lake Boulevard, where they strive to be Lumber One. Here in the pregame show, we'll get a chance to continue our series of interviews with the Doc Stewarts players. It's our Umpqua Dairy player interview. We'll talk with Cade Meisner coming up next here on the program. But as we make our way towards first pitch, we do want to acknowledge a couple of extra sponsors we have for today's action. Video broadcast coverage of the American Legion Baseball State Tournament. We are broadcasting every game from the tournament. This is game number 4, streaming online at 541radio.com. I've been here since 9 o'clock this morning. We've watched some great baseball, and we've been bringing you all the action online. Thanks to presenting sponsorship from Virginia Everard. Coverage of the Legion State Tournament presented by Virginia. She's building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. You can give her a call at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. So big thanks to her sponsorship of Legion Baseball on the video player there at 541radio.com. If you are coming into tonight's broadcast after watching a couple of games earlier in the day, we welcome you back to the broadcast online, and hopefully you've been having a great day of watching the Legion Baseball streaming online at 541radio.com. Also, of course, plenty of other sponsors helping make this today possible, and we'll be talking about plenty of those throughout the broadcast. But it has been a fun day at the ballpark so far with a lot of action going on for the Doc Stewarts as they've been getting everything ready, but mainly it's been the other teams. We've got 3 games under our belts, and we'll definitely take a look at the bracket here coming up throughout the start of our broadcast. Before we take a break, we are going to squeeze in a quick coach interview brought to you by Oregon Coach Crafters, the best care in RV services and repair, with head coach Scott Shaver for the Dr. Stewarts, as we continue to talk to him and get a couple of comments, a couple of thoughts on the tournament so far and what the Doc Stewarts have going up against Corvallis here tonight. He talked earlier with head coach Scott Shaver. Bring it to you here on the Budget Lumber pregame show. Here in the pregame, getting a chance to catch up. A quick couple comments here from head coach Scott Shaver. And coach, so far it's been a great day of baseball. A lot of really good, entertaining games. That's exactly what you want to see when you guys get a chance to host a state tournament. So far, you've been having fun out here. I know you've been working hard all day, but has it at least been enjoyable for you?
I love tournament baseball, absolutely. It's what we've been doing all summer long, getting ready for. So we're excited to be here. It's a good Corvallis team we're going to go up against. I expect a good game.
You, as you guys get ready for this one, this is a tournament that's filled with a handful of teams you guys faced during the regular season. Corvallis, one of those, and then 3 teams that you guys didn't. One that was on the schedule but didn't work out with Salem. As you look at it, your first round draw, not much you can really do about it, but you guys get Corvallis, a team you faced twice during the regular season. Would you prefer to see a team you've seen before or a team that you guys didn't get a chance to play during the regular season?
Actually, when it comes to tournament baseball, it doesn't matter. You got to beat everybody anyways. So when you face them doesn't really matter. Corvallis is a good team. We split with them in the regular season. We know what we're going to see. They know what they're going to see from us. We're just going to go out and bang, and whoever's better today is the one's going to win.
I know it sounds like there'd been some thoughts about what you guys are going to be doing with the lineup here today. You kind of gotten settled into some things, but down the stretch, you're trying to find the best guys you can get out there to give you the best opportunity to win. How much are you messing with anything at this point in the season, or are you going off of what you guys have been able to do throughout much of the year?
No, we're trying to get as many bats in the lineup right now as possible so we can give CJ some runs. He's been very good. I still want a DH for him because I want him to just pitch. That's what he's going to end up doing at Ontario when he throws, is just throw. So I'd like to stick with that as much as possible. So we're going to put Lucido at second to get that one more bat. We're going to DH Brody Black. And then if we can't get something going by the 4th or 5th, you may see CJ get in at bat.
All right, Coach, thanks so much for the time here in the pregame.
Thank you.
That is head coach Scott Shaver. He was out watering the field when we got a chance to talk as he was rushing to get things ready for today's game. It's the final game of day one of the American Legion State Tournament here from Legion Field. It's been a fun one so far. We'll definitely get a chance to recap it. Coming up next, we will continue our series of player interviews. We talk with Cade Meisner from Sutherland High School. It's our Umpqua Dairy player interview when we come back with more of the Budget Lumber pregame show. After this, you are watching American Legion Baseball streaming online at 541radio.com. Brought to you by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups, and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. And you're listening to Docs Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Broadcast coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue. Ranch.
Barbecue. Barbecue.
Ranch.
Back here in our pregame on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming with video online at 541radio.com. We are jamming in our final few player interviews here in the season. We get a chance to talk with Cade Meisner. It's our player interview brought to you by Umpqua Dairy. Cade from Sutherland High School. Cade, I always like to start out asking the new guys what it felt like when you got the news you'd be playing with the Doc Stewarts here this summer.
Oh, it was awesome. Like I'd played 2 years on Lions, and I was just like ready for a step up. It was kind of cool to hear. A lot more competition.
Mm-hmm. How has the competition been for you, making that jump up? You feel like things are going well? You're finding that your game able to improve against the higher competition?
Yeah, I feel like as a player I've gotten better. Like there's a lot more competition for Docs than there is in 4A baseball, so it's pushed me, and I feel like I've gotten to be a better player.
How do you expect kind of what you've learned this summer to continue in? You get to play with your coach during the spring ball there, Tom Nelson there at up at Sutherland High School, and so you get to play with him. You get to continue to hear him instructing you during the summer, so it's not like it's a new voice that you get to learn from. But how do you feel like what you've done this summer is going to be able to help carry into spring next year?
I feel like I've gotten to be a lot better player, so I feel like in the spring when I go back and there's a little bit less competition because the Legion competition's really good. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'll be a lot more successful than I have in the last couple of years.
Yeah. I think I said Nelson there. It's Tom Nielsen. There's too many Toms around in the area, and they all have the same last name. Talking with Cade Meisner here as we do our player interview in the pregame before the Doc Stewarts take on Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen in the first round of the state tournament. Cade, you got a chance to play here during the summer. How's it been in the locker room, in the dugout, and maybe during the maybe a few down moments here and there. You've been having fun getting a chance to play with some of these other guys that you're just getting to meet or just getting to play with the first time?
Oh, yeah, it's a great group of guys. Really entertaining. They all like to talk, so it's been a lot of fun.
That's good. For you going into next year, I know football was another sport for you, a big one there. Did you do a winter sport? I can't remember off the top of my head, and I didn't bring my notes with me. So.
No, I didn't do winter sport.
Okay.
I just did baseball in the winter.
Okay. So as you get ready for next year, football obviously going to be a big one. Have you been able to focus any on that during the summer?
Not one bit. When I'm not here, I'm either swimming, fishing, or sleeping, so I haven't really had a whole lot of time for football.
Yeah, exactly. When you guys got a new coach coming in this year, have you gotten a chance to get to know him at all, get ready for this next year?
Oh, yeah. Well, Gary was my woodshop teacher for the last 3 years, so him and I are pretty close. I've been to his house, actually. Yeah. So it's not really too different. I know him as a person. He's been my teacher, so it should be pretty fun.
Yeah, making a change, I know that can always be difficult. You think it's going to be an easy transition going to a new head coach there at Sutherland?
Not at all, because I am not very good under center, and we didn't do one snap under center last year, and that's all this year's going to be, and it's going to be a little different.
So maybe not necessarily looking forward to that change in the offensive scheming?
No comment.
You don't want your coach to not put you out there. I get that. Talking with Cade Meisner here. Well, you guys get into the state tournament. We'll wrap it up here with a quick question about the state tournament. You guys have gotten a chance to watch games here so far today. How cool is it that this kind of big-time atmosphere of baseball is here at Legion Field and you guys get to be a part of it?
I've never really been a part of like this level of everything, so it's really cool seeing all the different teams here, all the different fans. Never seen Legion this packed.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool experience.
Cool. Well, hey, best of luck to you guys out there today. Thanks so much for a fun summer, and good luck going into next school year. We hope to, see you again probably next summer.
Thank you.
All right, Cade Meisner there as we continue on with our pregame show. That's your Umpqua Dairy player interview. We have updated everything up to the one we just did with Cade Meisner, so if you are looking to try and find a player, we had Cade and Brody Black are the last two to get done. So the rest of them are up on their player bio pages at 541radio.com. You can check them out there on Docs Central. We got to get in a break. We'll be back as we get ready for first pitch from the Docs' first state tournament game since 2014. Back after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Reese's Pieces. Popcorn with butter.
Starburst.
Popcorn.
Okay.
Skittles. Popcorn.
Swedish Fish.
Reese's Pieces.
Best snack for movies? Buttered popcorn.
Okay. We come back here at Legion Field, the site for the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. As we make our way towards first pitch here, we continue on with the Budget Lumber pregame show. Also want to let you know Video streaming on 541radio.com of American Legion Baseball at the state tournament. It's been brought to you by Tim's Appliance Outlet Store. They have carloads of near-perfect refrigerators up to 70% off of MSRP with full factory warranties. It's been a beautiful day for baseball here from Legion as they announce the players down on the field. We started out in the upper 60s. It was real comfortable this morning when Medford took on Beaverton. I broadcast that game on 541radio.com. Real comfortable. It has since gotten quite a bit warmer here at the ballpark. Sitting at 91 degrees right now, blue skies overhead. None of that smoke that we've been seeing in parts further south of us here in southern Oregon. So clear skies, no problem with any sort of wildfire haze over the Umpqua Basin. Expecting the temperature to drop possibly into the upper 70s by the time this one wraps up. That is your Supercuts weather report in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Taking a look at some of your other scores from the tournament here today as we look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, offering a wide range of high-quality lumber, plywood, and building-related materials. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. The day started out with the Medford Mustangs beating Beaverton 2-1. Then it was Dallas post 20 beating Hillsboro 10-8. And the last game we just had was the Mid-Valley Southpaws winning against the Salem Withnell Dodgers 5-2. Wrapping up the day, it's the Doc Stewarts and the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. These two teams split a series in the regular season. Corvallis won at home 3-2. Docs won 12-7 here at Legion Field. And another score to report to you from the Single A American Legion Baseball Tournament out in North Bend at Clyde Allen Field. And the Dr. Randall's run came to an end in Day 4 as Hillsboro beats Dr. Randall's 6-4. The game was tied at 4 late in that one, but Hillsboro comes away with the victory. So the season done for the Dr. Randalls. We are getting ready for first pitch. We'll come back with your starting lineups and a look around the diamond. So stay with us, folks. We've got more of today's action from Legion Field coming up for you as the Doc Stewarts wrap up Day 1 of the tournament against the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. It should be a great way to finish out Day 1 of the tournament. We'll have it for you when we come back after this 2-minute break on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue. Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
We wait for the American flag to make its way off the field after the color guard will take it and store it away. A beautiful rendition of our national anthem by a trio of ladies out there at home plate. We get ready for tonight's ball game. Dr. Stewart's and the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. The Doc Stewarts come in with a 22-20 overall record. Docs have lost their last 4, though. Last time they played was back on Sunday last weekend when they took on the Medford Mustangs in the final game of the regular season. Docs lost all 4 against Medford, but they have had time to turn the page since then. They took 5 days off. They did get some time away from the field, then also spent some time here working on the field itself and practicing over the last 5 days. And the Docs will hopefully have turned the page getting ready for tonight's matchup. As for Corvallis, they come in 24-18 on the year, and they won their last game. Coming into this one, they beat Eugene in a best-of-3 super regional. Corvallis took game 1, lost game 2, and then won in a bit of a controversial finish to the final game, game 3. But Corvallis gets here to Legion Field to take on the host team, the Dr. Stewarts, coming up momentarily. The coaches are exchanging lineup cards at home plate. Let's go ahead and take a look now at our starting lineup, brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. The Doc Stewarts, after the flip of the coin, will be the host or the visiting team here in tonight's ball game. Head coach Scott Shaver, in his 11th year leading the program, has one state tournament title to his credit back when he took the team to the World Series in 2010. Coach Shaver's starting lineup for tonight's contest looks a little different than we've seen throughout much of the season. Doran Gillespie in left field will lead things off, followed by Zach Holland, the catcher. Jonathan Stone will play at first base, batting third, followed by Brody Black, the DH, batting in the cleanup position. He'll hit for starting pitcher Cody Johnson. Luke Lucido is the second baseman, batting fifth, followed by Zach Mandera, the third baseman. Jet Black, the right fielder, bats seventh, followed by Caden Johnson at shortstop, hitting eighth. And rounding out the starting 9 is center fielder Garrett Russell, who will move from the top of the lineup to the bottom of the lineup. He has usually been the leadoff guy. He'll now get to be the 9 hitter. That's a spot he is familiar with as well. That is your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. On the other side, let's go ahead and take a look at the defensive alignment as we look around the diamond. Brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment, where the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. On the mound for the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen is going to be right-hander Owen Shellhammer. Shellhammer from Corvallis High School in his second year with the Marketmen, a graduate of 2018. He'll toe the rubber, throws in to Logan Williams back behind the plate. James Anderson's out at first base. Azell Bumpus is at second, Grant Carley at short, and Justin Doyle at third. In the outfield from left to right, Kyle Killen, Franklin Leonard, and Nolan Jackson. That is a look around the diamond, brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Shadows just starting to creep out from the left field corner. Those will continue throughout the evening as we make our way through this final 7-inning contest. Our fourth game of the day. All of them have finished in regulation. The opener between Medford and I've seen so many games, Beaverton. That one went quick. Then Hillsboro and Dallas post 20. That one took a little while. Salem and Mid-Valley made up a little bit of time, and that's why we get close to starting on time for tonight's ball game. Doc Stewarts will wear their orange sleeveless tops with the blue jersey underneath, gray trousers, blue numbers on the back outlined in white. On the other side, it's the blue tops with the white numbers on the front and the back for Corvallis. The white trousers for them. That's your uniform description, brought to you by Hammer Sport, Douglas County's hottest custom sportswear store for custom team jerseys, hats, and more. Find them in downtown Roseburg on Jackson Street. Leading things off, it'll be Doran Gillespie for the Doc Stewarts as we get ready for the final game of the tournament, and it's in for strike one. And Shellhammer delivers, and we get tonight's action started. Doc Stewart's in the postseason for the first time in a season. First time in the state tournament since 2014. as taking strike 2. Doran Gillespie falling behind 0-2. Gillespie against Corvallis was 1 for 4 in this series. Had a run scored, an RBI, and a walk, but he did not face Shellhammer, as Shellhammer delivers outside for ball 1. Corvallis used Justin Doyle, Hall, Johnson, Jackson, and Williams on the mound in the 2 games against the Doc Stewarts earlier. Never did use Shellhammer. A swing, and it's a ground ball. Roller towards third. Booted at third base by Justin Doyle. And Doran Gillespie will get on with a leadoff error. A man on for the Dr. Stewarts here in the first inning. Docs are looking to try and stay on the championship side of the bracket. The winner of this one moves on to face the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags coming up tomorrow. If the winner is the Docs, they'll play tomorrow at 7 o'clock. They play at that time no matter what, according to reports. 1 on with nobody out. First pitch to the lefty, Zach Holland is fouled away. Zach Holland, a right-handed thrower but a left-handed batter. His 0-1 pitch coming up from Shellhammer. Gillespie takes a lead, laid down a bunt first base side for Holland. It's a race to the bag, and Holland will be forced out by James Anderson, who could have just elected to tag Holland, but goes to the bag for the definite, and he will beat out Holland, who lays down a sac bunt. Up to second base goes Doran Gillespie, a man in scoring position for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the first inning, 1 away. Docs again the designated visiting team after the coin flip. Jonathan Stone stands in next for the Docs after a visit to the mound for the catcher Logan Williams. Jonathan Stone stands in. He comes into tonight's action, batting at .358 for the Doc Stewarts. First pitch to him. Ground ball, comebacker. Shellhammer gets Gillespie between second and third. Nearly throws it into center field. Gillespie in a rundown between second and third. Puts the brakes on. Tries to avoid the tag. Will not. And Shellhammer on the comebacker gets the lead runner. Fielder's choice puts Jonathan Stone at first. And they get Doran Gillespie caught in no man's land. Not enough time to react to the ball, right back up the middle. Fielder's choice. Stone on at first. 1 on, 2 away. Brody Black up at the plate, and the first pitch he gets is in the dirt for ball 1. Brody Black this season batting .349. He takes a strike over the plate at the knees to even things up. A ball and a strike. Top of the first inning. First game for both these teams from the state tournament. Double elimination tournament. Throw over to first. Stone. Got him. Shellhammer picks off Jonathan Stone at first. He'll face the minimum. Gets the Docs on the bases for a couple of outs. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Doc Stewart's no runs on no hits. There was one Corvallis error. Nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts. After a half inning, it's a scoreless ball game. You're watching coverage of the 2018 AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And you're also following the action on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
No hit, 1 error.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Heading to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless game. Take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen, led by head coach Evan Hilberg. Sean Little, the DH, will lead things off, batting for Owen Shellhammer, the pitcher. Azell Bumpus, the second baseman, hits second, followed by Grant Carley, the shortstop. James Anderson at first base, batting cleanup, followed by Logan Williams, the catcher. Nolan Jackson in right field, batting sixth. Kyle Killen is the left fielder. He'll hit seventh, followed by Justin Doyle, the third baseman, in the eighth spot. And rounding out the starting nine is center fielder Franklin Leonard. On the mound for the Doc Stewarts, right-hander Cody Johnson rocks and fires his first pitch. A breaking ball in the inside corner for strike one. And the Docs are underway here in the bottom of the first. Docs, the designated visiting team, for those that may be confused why they're not the home team here at Legion. The 0-1, breaking ball in for strike two. Cody Johnson this season, 3-5 on the mound. He's pitched 50 innings, 45 strikeouts, 19 walks. It's his 8th start of the year. Just hasn't always gotten a lot of run support. His 0-2 delivery is fouled away. Stays an 0-2 count. Cody Johnson, much like Owen Shellhammer, did not face Corvallis during the regular season, so this is a new look for the Marketmen as well. Cody ready to go on an 0-2 pitch as Little takes his time. He steps back in. Johnson shakes off one from Holland and will go with the 0-2. Low outside, and count goes to a 1-2 count. Sean Little at the plate from Crescent Valley, and a returner from Willamette University, class of 2017, his third year with the Marketmen. His 1-2 pitch, low, and the count goes 2-2. We'll look around the diamond for you here during this first inning for the Doc Stewarts, brought to you by Diamond Power Equipment. Out of the windup, the 2-2 from Johnson. That's a couple hopper to short. Caden Johnson over to Jonathan Stone. Retires the first batter in the bottom of the first. One away as Azell Bumpus will stand in next. Looking around the diamond behind the plate, it is Zach Holland catching for the Doc Stewarts. Out at first base, Jonathan Stone. Luke Lucido getting the start at second here in this one. Caden Johnson is at short. Zach Mandera at third. And the outfield from left to right, Doran Gillespie, Garrett Russell, and Jet Black. Quick visit for Holland with Cody Johnson as the next batter comes in. It's a left-handed hitter, Azell Bumpus. One out with nobody on. First pitch is outside for ball one. The 1-0, Bumpus will foul one off. One out. Bottom of the first, scoreless ball game. Corvallis at the plate. Bumpus gets a single in right field. Jet Black comes in to get it. First base hit given up by Cody Johnson. It did not give me time to mention that we did have our no-hit giveaway still going here in the postseason. Docs will be at least playing again tomorrow, no matter the outcome of today's action. So come on by the ball field tomorrow. It's another chance to try and get a $1,000 giveaway if the Doc Stewarts throw a no-hitter here at Legion Field. That's from CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and the News Review. One on, one away as Johnson will throw over, checks on Azell Bumpus over at first. He gets back in standing up. Grant Carley takes the first pitch he sees for strike one on the inside corner. Cody Johnson's last start was against the Medford Mustangs, and it was a battle. Johnson going the distance, 6 innings, gave up just 3 hits and only 1 run. It was a solo homer by Jacob Melton. He'll give up a base knock into left field now. Bumpus up to second as Grant Carley takes a 1-0 pitch into left field between short and third. And Corvallis will have runners at first and second with one away. James Anderson, the first baseman, stands in. Anderson, against the Docs in the 2 games they played this season, went 3 for 5 with 4 runs scored, 3 RBI and 2 walks. Dangerous hitter coming up for Corvallis. 2 hits in the bottom of the first for the Marketmen. First delivery coming up for Johnson. Checks second, delivers an off-speed pitch outside for ball 1. Might have been a little bit low as well. Didn't look like it missed by much for Cody. Taking a lead at first, Carly at second, Bumpus, 1 away. Docs look for a double play ball here. Cody delivers in, and he gets the strike on the outside corner. A 1-1 pitch. Cody will step off before he delivers the next one. Coverage of American Legion Baseball from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Brought to you by Clinton Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. The 1-1 from Cody. Misses inside, and the count will go 2-1. Johnson a moment off the mound to adjust his cap, maybe wipe a little sweat off his brow, and gets ready to go on a 2-1 delivery against James Anderson. Anderson fouls it off. Here at the state tournament, you wonder, you start going into these games, you feel good, the games start going, and then you start to think, well, geez, man, where's the outs here? This guy hits well, that guy hits well. Everybody plays pretty well at this point of the season. Tough outs for everybody. Off-speed pitch fouled back by Anderson, keeps it a 2-2 count. Wind seems to be picking up as the night wears on. American flag in center field, just kind of waving slowly. Here at Legion Field, it'll typically either blow in from left or across the diamond, left to right. 2-2 pitch from Johnson. Anderson puts it in the air, high out towards left field, backing up a few steps. In the shadows, Doran Gillespie catches it for the second out. That one, it's not an understatement to say it was way up there. That took a while to come back down. 2 down now on the pop out by James Anderson. And up next is going to be Logan Williams, the catcher, batting with Carly at first and Bumpus at second. Bottom of the first inning, a scoreless ball game so far. Logan Williams, before his first pitch, steps out as Cody Johnson steps off. Against the Docs in the other games, Williams 4 for 8 with a walk and a run scored. That's pretty good numbers. First pitch, grounds it to third. It gets by Zach Mandera to Gillespie and left. He'll field. He throws to the plate. The throw, the tag, got him! Doran Gillespie will get mugged on his way to the dugout as he gets the outfield assist. Thrown out trying to score as El Bumpus. The tag just before he reaches the plate. A bang-bang delivery at the dish. And the Doc Stewarts will keep it a scoreless ball game as we head to the top of the second inning. You are listening to Doc's Baseball and watching online at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490, The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Top of the second inning, Doc Stewart's baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Owen Shellhammer on the mound. He had a 1-2-3 first inning, didn't give up a hit. There was an error, but the Docs also a couple of base running errors in this one. Not base running errors, but a couple of outs made on the bases, I should say. Brody Black back at the plate will take the first pitch for strike one. Brody was at the plate when Jonathan Stone was picked off to end the first inning. Puts this line drive shot into left field, and Brody will pick up the Docs' first hit of the ballgame, continues his hot hitting. That'll probably bring his average up around 350 on the season. On at first for Brody Black as the Docs will get a man on for a second time. Line drive shot past a diving shortstop, Grant Carley, into left field. One on, Luke Lucido will bat for the Doc Stewarts. Starting at second base, they needed to get his bat in the lineup. And that is why Luke Lucido is playing at second base. Hopefully his shoulder is ready to go as he fouls off a pitch for strike one. That has been the issue after recovering from a complete shoulder redo. Pretty much blew out everything in his shoulder during the first game of the basketball season, missed the rest of the year, missed all of the baseball season with the Indians mostly. Got back for the very end of it to DH a little bit. 0-1 pitch to him. Brody Black at first. A breaking ball is going to drop in for strike two. Lucido coming in. Batting .300 on the nose. He's got an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch, high for ball one. Good turnout coming out tonight for the ball game. Corvallis always sends a lot of fans. They do a good job representing. Doc Stewart's here. They've got plenty of fans from the previous games as well that are still sticking around, it looks like. The 1-2 for Lucido. It's a ground ball towards short. He takes a high hop over the top of Grant Carley into left center, and Lucido will get a single. Back to second base goes Brody Black. Carley came charging in to try and field that one and then tried to put on the brakes and backpedal, and doing so, he allowed that ball to travel, and it just kept gaining speed and hopped right over the top of him and into the outfield. Lucido on with a hit. Back-to-back singles here in the top of the second for the Doc Stewarts. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Docs would like to get on the board first. Docs Baseball today brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Shellhammer out of the stretch. His first pitch coming up for Zach Mandera. Breaking ball for strike one. Mandera this season batting .269. He's been a streaky hitter at the plate. When it's going good, he's doing pretty well. His 0-1 pitch from Shellhammer. Middle infielders holding on Brody Black. Zach squared to bunt but pulled it back, and the pitch misses outside. Gives him a 1-1 count. You've got assistant coach Eric Savage down at third and assistant Tom Nielsen down at first. And back in the dugout, well, ranging in front of the dugout is Coach Scott Shaver. He'll direct the offense from there as the Docs check their wristbands. The 1-1 pitch, Mandera squaring to bunt again. First base comes in crashing. Mandera fouls it off. It was a breaking ball. Just a slow looping breaking ball there, and Mandera got a piece of it, but couldn't keep it in fair territory down the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes against him. Top of the second, scoreless ball game so far. We do welcome in all of our audience from outside the area here in the Umpqua Basin. I imagine we might have a few Corvallis viewers tonight, and we welcome you into the broadcast. The 1-2 pitch for Mandera. Breaking ball, Swing and a miss. He got a piece of it, I guess. Foul tips it into the glove for strike 3. A strikeout there for Owen Shellhammer, his first. And Darrell will go down, out number 1, still 2 on for the Docs, and Jet Black will bat next. Looking to try and move his older brother, Brody Black, from second base, move him up a little bit. Jet will stand in for Jet Black this season, batting .282. Shellhammer's first pitch, fouled away. That one into the metal bleachers down the right side of the field. Docs are the visiting team, but they occupy their usual dugout on the third base side. Visiting teams have been on the first base side throughout the tournament so far. Corvallis on the first base side. Not many fans above their dugout down that first base line. A few more on the Docs side down the third base line. Most of them back behind home. 0-1 pitch coming up for Jet. He'll take in the dirt as the count evens up. Behind the plate, Logan Williams knocking down the pitch between his legs, and then out to the mound to talk with Shellhammer briefly. Walks him back on top of the mound, and will turn and head back to the plate. Coverage of American Legion State Tournament Baseball on 541radio.com. Brought to you by Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse. Get ready for the hunting season with Sportsman's Warehouse. They carry the gear, rifles, ammo, and bait you need for your next hunt. Get to Sportsman's Warehouse and take it outside. 1-1 pitch for Jet. He grounds one third base side, just foul. And the count will stay 1-2. Actually, it goes to 1-2. Docs out of Area 4, one of 2 Area 4 teams in the state tournament. On the other side, Corvallis from Area 3, they got 4 teams here to the state tournament this year. Big showing there for Area 3. 1-2 pitch for Jet. Shellhammer taking his time, spins and looks back to second. No one covering the bag, so back in easily will go Brody. Shadows still creeping out from the left field side. Now some of them into center field and covering third base just a bit. 1-2 pitch from Shellhammer. Swing and a miss, a high breaking ball. Jet goes chasing and he goes down with the punch out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Owen Shellhammer. Docs down to their final out here in the top of the second after getting the first 2 runners on with singles. Brody Black and Luke Lucido still stay where they were after Luke Lucido's single with nobody out. 2 down, Caden Johnson will hit next for the Doc Stewarts. He has been able to come up with some clutch hits throughout the season. Johnson batting .307 this year for the Doc Stewarts. Looking for a clutch base knock here. First pitch, swinging, he fouls it away. 8-hitter in the lineup for the Doc Stewarts. They are almost through the lineup for the first time. Shellhammer looking to wrap things up in the top of the second and leave 2 men on base. He kicks and fires the 0-1. Again, fouled third base side, right to assistant coach Eric Savage, who has to defend himself there, knocking that one down. 2 foul balls so far for Caden Johnson, an 0-2 count. Brody Black at second, on at first, Luke Lucido. The lanky right-hander, Owen Shellhammer, looking for a strike 3 pitch. That one into center field, charging in. Leonard won't get there in time. They're going to send Brody Black to the plate. The throw, 1 hop, and Brody tries to slide around. It will not. And Corvallis will return the favor as Brody Black is thrown out trying to score on the single by Caden Johnson. For the Doc Stewarts in the top of the second, no runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. 2 men left on base. It's still a scoreless ball game as we head to the bottom of the second. You're watching American Legion Baseball on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley, and also streaming on the radio on CBS Sports Radio 1490. The Score.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Now batting number 26, Nolan Jackson.
Starting the bottom of the second inning, it is Nolan Jackson leading things off. A lefty against Cody Johnson. Fouled the first pitch off of his foot. And he stands back in with an 0-1 count. 0-0 ball game so far as we're into the bottom of the second inning. Cody Johnson on the mound. The 0-1 pitch. Strike two called. Johnson gave up 3 hits in the first inning. Doc Stewarts have evened things up. 3 hits apiece for both the two teams. Pitch just misses low, and count goes 1-2. Nolan Jackson, the right fielder from Philomath High School, his first year with the Marketmen. Ground ball towards short. Caden up in front of it. Over to Jonathan Stone to retire the leadoff man. Second straight inning, the leadoff man is grounded out to short for Corvallis. 1 away. One out as Kyle Killen digs in, the left fielder.
The next batter,
Killen out of Crescent Valley High School, a 2018 graduate. His first at-bat against Cody Johnson, the 7-hitter in the lineup. First pitch misses low. Doc's Baseball tonight is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Ground ball chopper to third. Mandera gets it. His throw. A bullet across the diamond over to Jonathan Stone, who's fighting that sun at first base. Usually he stretches out to get to it. That time he let the ball get on him a little bit. I think trying to make sure he tracked it through the sun. 2 away. And Justin Doyle will bat next for Corvallis. And Doyle, another righty from Monroe High School, was at Oregon State University this last year. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Doyle in the 8th spot. Against the Docs in the previous 2 games during the regular season, went 1 for 4 as he puts one right side and foul. He pitched, I think, in the first game of that 2-game series. They played 1 in Corvallis and 1 here in Roseburg. Doyle pitched the first game, and he did really well. Pitched 8 innings as the game went to extras. Pitched 8 innings against the Docs, gave up only 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. It was a pretty good start for him. He's got an 0-2 count now as the third baseman in this one. He puts that in the air out towards right center on the run. Garrett Russell will have to take it off the hop. It'll actually be Jet Black who cuts it off in front of Garrett. A 2-out single for Justin Doyle, dropping into shallow right center field. And the Marketmen keep the bottom of the second going on the 2-out single. Franklin Leonard, the 9-hitter, will stand in next. Corvallis will get through their lineup first. Docs still have the 9-hitter left to go. First pitch to Franklin Leonard. Misses for ball 1. Leonard was 1 for 6 in the 2 games against the Doc Stewarts this year. Did get on base twice with a couple of walks, also had a couple of strikeouts as he takes a strike there. Evens up the count 1-1. 4 hits in the ballgame now for Corvallis. Neither team with a run yet. Both teams with a runner thrown out trying to score at the plate to end the inning. 1-1 delivery. Strike 2 taken on a breaking ball that hits the outside corner. And Johnson trying to wrap it up here and avoid going back to the top of the lineup. He's looking for his first strikeout if at all possible as well. The 1-2. That in the air out towards right field. Jet Black on the run into foul territory, and he makes the catch. Long run to go, but he gets it in foul territory to finish things off here in the second. For Corvallis, no runs on one hit. There were no Doc Stewart errors. One man left on base, and the game will remain scoreless as Corvallis unable to do anything in the bottom of the second. You're watching Doc Stewart's baseball in the postseason on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley, and it's also on the radio on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
First batter to lead off the top of the 3rd inning, number 1, Garrett Russell.
It's been quite the battle so far as we make our way to the top of the 3rd inning. Doc Stewart's and Corvallis squaring off in the final game of day 1 in the AAA American Legion State Tournament. Garrett Russell will bat to lead things off for the Docs here in the 3rd. The 9-hitter getting his first at-bat of the evening. Russell comes in batting .328, his 1-0 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Bounces all the way back to the backstop, which, according to measurements from the News Review's Aaron Yost, who came out with a wheel and measured so much around here at Legion Field, 50 feet plus to the backstop here at Legion. You can check out all of his measurements. There was a special copy in the newspaper today, a special section for the American Legion Tournament. Check that out and follow the News Review for plenty of coverage from the state tournament throughout the weekend and into next week. A 2-0 pitch taken on the inside corner for strike 1 against Russell. 9-1-2 hitters due up here in the 3rd. Breaking ball, Russell holds off, and the appeal does agree with me. 3 balls and a strike now for Garrett, looking to try and get on base. Docs have had the leadoff man on base every inning so far. 3-1 delivery. It beans him. Russell cannot get on the easy way. For Garrett Russell this season, that is the 12th time he has been beaned. He has struck out as many times as he's been hit by a pitch.
The next batter, number 21.
I don't think those are numbers that usually are even on a year. Hit by pitch, Docs will get the leadoff man on for a 3rd straight inning, but they have not been able to cash in on it yet. Top of the lineup, Doran Gillespie hitting. He got on with an error in the 1st inning. 0 for 1 tonight for Gillespie. Docs Baseball brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg, is a single on the first pitch to left field for Gillespie. Ball gets away. Russell thought about trying to go to 3rd. Nobody was on the bag as 3rd baseman Justin Doyle collects the baseball. But that would have been a difficult stretch of turf to try and get through there for Garrett Russell. So first pitch swinging, a line drive into left field for Gillespie. Gets his first hit of the ball game. Now 1 for 2 for Gillespie. Runners at 1st and 2nd for the Docs with nobody out. They had that in the top of the 2nd inning and couldn't score. Zach Holland is going to try and change that here in the 3rd. First pitch, he squares to bunt, puts it down 3rd base side. It goes foul for strike 1. Trying to move Russell up to 3rd base here. Holland laid down a sac bunt in the 1st as well. We'll see after seeing the defensive alignment for Corvallis on the first bunt attempt by Holland. We'll see if the Docs stick with it on the 0-1 pitch coming up. Shellhammer checking second. Again looks that direction. Holland squares late. He puts it down third base side again. Charging in. Third baseman throw to first. The second baseman, Bumpus, there covering. Doyle throws low, but Bumpus able to keep his focus on the baseball. He makes the out. It's a sacrifice bunt again for Zach Holland. 5-4 the putout. And 2 runners in scoring position now for the heart of the lineup for the Doc Stewarts.
The next batter, number 15, first baseman.
Up next, it's Jonathan Stone. First pitch, a breaking ball that catches the inside corner. Stone reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Oh, 1 pitch for Stone. Pitch misses outside from Shellhammer. Shellhammer, a hit by pitch and a sacrifice bunt here in the third so far. He has given up 4 base hits. Scoreboard, 0 runs on 4 hits for the Docs, no runs on 4 hits and an error for Corvallis. Ground ball, left field, Docs take the lead. Russell will score, Gillespie up to third, Jonathan Stone, an RBI single. And that has the home fans excited here tonight as the Docs try to get a win in the state tournament. It has been a long time since we've been able to say that. It's still very early in this one, though. But it's a 1-0 lead for the Docs as they get the early advantage. Russell scores from third. Gillespie moves up to third base. Stone on at first, and Brody Black will hit next. He had a single to left field to lead off the second inning. First pitch swinging, he chops it towards third. Up to second goes Stone. Apparently it's going to be a foul ball. Brody didn't even run to first, and everybody was standing around on the field. They will bring everybody back. It's going to be a foul ball on the first pitch. I didn't see what would have caused that call. But it's going to be an 0-1 count against Brody Black. Good speed still on the bases for the Docs. Stone with those long legs at 6'7". He covers ground quickly. And he'll head back to first. And Gillespie with that good speed at third will head back to the bag there as Shellhammer steps off. He's given up the lead. 1-0 the score. Docs in front. Top of the third. 0-1. And he beans Brody right in the back. And that loads the bases. Brody Black gets beaned. Second hit batter here in the top of the third for Brody Black this season. That is the first time he has been beaned. Brody on at first. He was thrown out trying to score in the bottom of the or top of the second inning. That finished out the second for the Doc Stewarts. But he's at first for a second time in the ball game. Up to bat is Luke Lucido. Bases loaded, just 1 out. Big moment here for the Doc Stewarts. First pitch, Luke takes a strike on the outside corner. Back in the second inning, his first at-bat, Lucido had a ground ball to short that hopped over Grant Carley into left field for a base knock. Was left stranded at first. Takes a pitch in the dirt for a 1-1 count. Ball that gets by. Good chance that it'll score. Doran Gillespie from third. Doc's already up 1-0. On 2 hit batters and a pair of hits here in the third. Shellhammer on the mound is 1-1. Ground ball to short. Knocked down by Carley. The throw to second for 1. Throw to first for 2. Corvallis will get out of the third inning with some handy defense by shortstop Grant Carley. He turns 2 up around the horn. And that'll finish things off. In the top of the third inning, the Doc Stewarts will get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Corvallis errors, and you're going to have 2 men left on base for the Doc Stewarts. 1-0 is the score as we go to the bottom of the third. You're watching American Legion Baseball on 541radio.com and listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Corvallis County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
First batter for Corvallis to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Number 12, Sean Little.
The Marketmen head to the top of the lineup to start the bottom of the third inning against Cody Johnson, who now has a 1-0 lead. The first pitch to Sean Little is in the air to center, and Garrett Russell there for the catch. One pitch for an out as Johnson will retire the first batter. And Little is now 0 for 2 in the ballgame.
Number 17, Azale Bumpus.
Azale Bumpus will stand in. He's 1 for 1 in the ballgame. Had a soft liner out to right field in the first. Was thrown out at the plate, though, to finish off the first inning, trying to score and give Corvallis an early lead. The lefty puts a ball in the air out to Garrett Russell. And Russell in front of it for the second out. So far, 2 pitches here in the bottom of the third for Cody Johnson. And so far, working out pretty well.
Batter number 10, Grant Carley.
Grant Carley, 1 for 1 in the ballgame with a single as well back in the first inning. Docs Baseball here on the score, brought to you by Clinton Newell Auto Group, your local Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Toyota dealer. First pitch, a strike against Carley. He wanted to be a bit more patient than his teammates, who have both swung at the first pitch and flown out to center. Johnson, who can be a pretty quick worker, takes a moment here. His 0-1 delivery, breaking ball outside. The count goes 1-1. Coverage of the 2018 American Legion State Tournament on 541radio.com is brought to you by Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of local sports in Douglas County. Ball fouled down the third base side for Carley. He's got a 1-2 count. Winner of this one moves on to face the Dallas Post-20 Dirtbags. The loser would move into an elimination game against Hillsboro tomorrow. Timing is dependent on which team is which, because the Doc Stewarts will play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. 1-2 delivery to Carley. Swing and a miss. He goes down, and that is your first Joe's Towing strikeout of the ballgame for Cody Johnson, as he retires the side in order in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It stays a 1-0 ball game. Doc Stewart's in front as we go to the top of the fourth. You're watching American Legion State Tournament Baseball online at 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley, and you're listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
First batter for the Doc Stewarts to lead off the top of the fourth inning, number 13, Zach Mandera.
Top of the fourth inning, Zach Mandera leads things off for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts in this American Legion State Tournament playoff game. Owen Shellhammer on the mound. His first pitch to Mandera, a chopper to short. Grant Carley in front of it. His throw to first, almost a little high for Anderson. He reaches up to get it. 6-3 the put out to start things off in the top of the fourth inning. Doc Stewart's lead 1-0. Mandera now 0 for 2 in the ball game. Swinging at the first pitch he sees. Shellhammer into his fourth inning of work. Now pitching from the shadows. The ball will travel from the shadows through a few more shadows, and then home plate is all in shadows as well. But there is some sun breaks in there as the first pitch swinging a foul ball for Jet Black for strike one. Doc's Baseball here on the Score is brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. For new patients, mention the code Perfect Smile and receive a free exam and x-rays. Tomorrow we'll have coverage again at 541radio.com starting at 10 o'clock. As it looked like Jet might have been thinking about trying to put down a drag bunt. Takes the pitch low and outside. Evens his count at 1-1. Jet Black striking out, swinging back in the second with a runner in scoring position. He takes a called strike. A ball and 2 strikes now against him. Nobody on, 1 away. Top of the fourth, Doc's leading 1-0. Shellhammer's 1-2. Pulled third base side, slow roller, little awkward hop. The throw to first, not in time. Jet will beat it out. Justin Doyle. Give him credit on the play he made. That one took some awkward hops through the infield grass. He made the play in an off-balance throw to first. He made it accurately, just not in time to beat Jet. And Black will get on with an infield single. 1 on with 1 away. This is actually the first inning the Docs have not gotten the leadoff man on base. First pitch coming up here for Caden Johnson, misses for ball 1. Johnson, 1 for 1 in the game, had a bloop single to center field. They tried to score Brody Black on the play, and he was thrown out at home to wrap things up in the second. Stands in 1 for 1 with Jet Black at first. The 1-0 pitch from Shellhammer is fouled away. 541radio.com, not only your home for streaming the games during the tournament, but we've also got the bracket up there. You can check that out. We've been posting the box scores of the games and updating the scores on there. We don't have the box score up for the last one because I had to get ready to get on the air for this one, but we will get it up there eventually. As a swing chopper towards third, in front of it, the throw to first to get the out. Doyle over to Anderson, 5-3 the put out. That gets Johnson. Jet Black was running on the play, so they avoid the double play. But now 2 away for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the fourth.
Garrett Russell.
Garrett Russell will bat for a second time. Was hit by a pitch in the third inning. He bats with 2 outs, and Jet Black out at second. A base knock here. Could score another run for the Docs. First pitch for Russell, strike on the outside edge. So check out 541radio.com, the 14-9 of the Score homepage. Lots of information there for you. Make sure you find all of the information you need to know about the state tournament. We'll also have the schedule for the games coming up tomorrow so you know what time your teams are playing. The 0-1 pitch to Russell. He swings at a high pitch in the air, backing into the outfield grass. The shortstop, Grant Carley, underneath it. And that will finish off the top of the fourth inning. Doc Stewarts get no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. It's still a 1-0 game as the Doc Stewarts will head to the bottom of the fourth inning, leading 1-0. You're watching Doc Stewart's Baseball online at 541radio.com and on the radio on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Okay.
Goofy.
Okay.
Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
Bottom of the fourth inning. On the mound, Cody Johnson with a 1-0 lead. Faces the middle of the lineup here for the Marketmen. James Anderson leading things off. Flew out to left field his first time up. Takes the pitch outside to lead things off with a 1-0 count. Docs Baseball today brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Johnson's 1-0 delivery to Anderson. A breaking ball that's just upstairs. Not by much. 2-0 delivery out of Johnson. Fastball catches the outside corner. 2-1 count for Anderson. Roseburg's American Legion Post 16 would like to thank sponsors Roseburg Disposal, and that's today's tournament sponsor, as well as the overall tournament sponsor, Clinton Newell Auto Group. Check swing fouled back for Anderson. Gives him a 2-2 count. A lot of people helping put this tournament on and make it successful. So far, it looks like it has been. It's been a great turnout for day one of the tournament. It's been a lot of fun to watch all the people come through and watch a lot of great baseball here today. 2-2 pitch from Johnson. Swing, and just a piece of it for Anderson. He went after that one with everything he had. And that ball fouled off the glove of Zach Holland back behind the plate. 2-2 pitch for Johnson again, and another foul ball for Anderson. Cody challenging him. Lights starting to come on here at Legion. Wind continues to pick up. Two-two delivery. Swing, it's a chopper up the middle. Lucido backhand, throw to first, not going to be there in time. Long way to go. Tough throw to make. And James Anderson will get an infield single right back up the middle to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth inning. One on, nobody out. Logan Williams batting next.
The next batter, number 5, Logan Williams.
Williams back in the first inning. Had a single to left field. Doran Gillespie came up firing and cut down Azel Bumpus at the plate for the final out. Both teams have had a runner thrown out at home so far. First pitch, he squares to bunt, takes a breaking ball that misses. I think that call from the home umpire, not one that Cody was happy about. He takes a moment, gets some sweat absorption out of the dirt on the mound, and now we'll get ready to throw. A 1-0 delivery coming up for Williams out of the stretch. That ball in the air out to right field. On the run, Jet Black towards the alley is underneath it for out number 1. One down for the Marketmen, who trail 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nolan Jackson, the Corvallis right fielder, digs in, a left-handed batter. Grounded out to shortstop his first time around. The 0-1 pitch to him is a swing and a miss for strike one. Coverage of the state tournament on 541radio.com is brought to you by Little Caesars. They now have online ordering and an easy-to-use app. So make sure you check them out online, ordering with Little Caesars Pizza. That pitch fouled away for strike two here for Nolan Jackson. An 0-2 count. Top of the fourth inning. This one's been cruising along pretty good. We're only about an hour into it, and we're nearing the midway point. Actually, bottom of the fourth. I think we have hit the midway point. Is strike three called? Jackson goes down looking. That's another Joe's Towing strikeout for Cody Johnson. Don't strike out when you get stuck. Call Joe's Towing, your local professionals.
The next batter, number 15, Kyle Killen.
1 on, 2 away. And up next is Kyle Killen with James Anderson on at first. A little surprised he hasn't tried to take off. Zach Holland has done a pretty good job of throwing out runners behind the plate this season. First pitch fouled away for strike one by Killen. And that one, I think, off the face mask of Doc's catcher, Zach Holland. The umpire gives him a moment as the umpire chases down the foul ball down the first base side. The Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags, that'll be the opponent for the winning team of this game. See many of their guys hanging out, watching this one, doing a little scouting. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Johnson to a 1-1 count against Kyle Killen. The Dirtbags did not play against the Doc Stewarts during the regular season, weren't even on the schedule, but as an Area 4 team, they have seen Corvallis. In fact, the two teams finished tied in the Area 3 standings, and the Dirtbags had the tiebreaker. Pitch on the inside corner just misses. Throw to second. Oh! And that's going to put Caden Johnson down as that ball hit off the helmet of James Anderson and into the face of Caden Johnson. Luke Lucido runs the ball back in. Johnson on the ground. What a freak play at second base. Anderson goes up to third. I don't think you call that an error. That ball bounces off of Anderson's helmet as he slides into second and then ricochets off the helmet into the face of Caden Johnson and off of Caden's face into right field. Holy smokes, that is a freak play. So it's 2 stolen bases, I think, there for James Anderson. I can't see how you would call that an error anywhere in the sequence there. So I think it's going to be a double steal for Anderson. Gets him to third with 2 outs, and this could be tough. I don't know who the Doc Stewarts put at shortstop if Caden Johnson's out here. And it looks like they may be calling for a fresh pair of sunglasses, I think might be the case. He might have has his broken. He's up and standing and throws his head back to get his hair out of his eyes and puts on his baseball cap, and I think that Caden Johnson's going to stay in this ball game. From everything from where I sit and watch that play, that is exactly how I think it played out. I'll have to check with him after the game, but it sure looked like the ball hit off the helmet and then into his face and then ricocheted into right field. They are actually going to bring him out, and I think Jacob Luther is going to take over at shortstop. And that's a tough switch there for the Doc Stewarts. Luther has not played short at all during the summer season. New position for him here during the summer season. And Caden Johnson's been swinging a hotter bat than Luther as of late. So they'll have to make the change. Of course, Cody Johnson will play at short in future games and possibly later in this one if that's the case. But for now, it's going to be Jacob Luther. An unfortunate turn of events there for the Doc Stewarts. On a freak play. Well, usually it's not a good cause when you have to make a change at shortstop. Usually one of your top guys defensively. So a change made. Cody Johnson has a 2-1 count here against Kyle Killen, a man at third base. 2 down. We're in the bottom of the fourth, a 1-0 lead for the Doc Stewarts at the moment. 2-1 from Cody. Ground ball comebacker goes off the glove for Cody Johnson to shortstop, and a run will score. Comebacker line drive goes off of Cody's glove, ricochets to short. No one has a chance to get to it in time. And scoring is James Anderson, and Corvallis will tie this one up. RBI single for Kyle Killen. That's a strange one there, too. Line drive shot right off the glove of Cody Johnson. He almost gloved it. Now the next one, another line drive off the glove for Cody. This time ricochets to second base, and that's twice this has happened. What is happening? 2 line drive comebackers off the glove of Cody Johnson. One ricochets to short, the other to second, and in both cases, nobody's able to make a play. And Justin Doyle gets on with his second hit. Up to second base goes Kyle Killen. And out to talk to Cody Johnson will be pitching coach Tom Nielsen. This is just a let's just calm you down, settle you in. Need just one more out. Things haven't gotten out of hand too much. Back-to-back comebackers on line drives to the mound against Cody Johnson, and neither one has he been able to keep it in the glove, no fault of his own, and they've both ricocheted just barely off of his glove towards the middle infielders, and they're too far back to make a play on it. What a wild, just a half inning here. A throw down to second from Holland, ricochets off the helmet of James Anderson. He gets 2 bases out of it. Then back-to-back line drive singles off the glove of Cody Johnson on the mound. I mean, some wild play here. 1-1 ball game. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Corvallis has struck back to tie this one up. 2 away, 2 runners on, and Cody Johnson trying to get out of it against Franklin Leonard, the 9-hitter. First pitch, breaking ball for a called strike 1 against Leonard. He is 0 for 1 with a fly ball out to right field his first time up. Coverage of the American Legion State Tournament on 541radio.com, brought to you by Tim's Appliance. They have a great selection of Class B appliances with full factory warranties and 0% financing available. Ground ball to short. Jacob Luther, his first ball, his first test, he makes it. 6-3 the putout to wrap things up in the 4th inning. But a run comes in on 3 base hits. No Doc Stewart errors. 2 men left on base. It's a 1-1 ball game as we head to the top of the 5th. You're watching American Legion Baseball in the state tournament online at 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. And you're listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio 1490. The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Goofy.
Okay. Favorite cartoon character? SpongeBob.
Tigger.
All right.
My favorite cartoon character is Squidward.
One ball game going to the top of the 5th inning. You're watching the American Legion State Tournament on 541radio.com. It's presented by Virginia Everard, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her today at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Owen Shellhammer now back in a tie ball game as he'll face the top of the lineup against the Doc Stewarts. Gillespie will stand in. He's been on base twice. Last time up, had a single to left field. Tied at 1 in the top of the 5th. Games have been pretty tight all the way through. The highest scoring one we had was Mid-Valley. It was the first pitch, a breaking ball high from Shellhammer for a 1-0 count. Let me make sure I'm watching so much baseball today. It was, Dallas Post 20 and Hillsboro Barbers 10-8, our highest scoring game in the tournament so far. 1-0 fouled away by Gillespie. Everything else has been pretty low scoring. The 5-2 score, a win by Mid-Valley over Salem, that one didn't get a decent lead until late in the ball game on one big inning. 2-1, the win for Medford over Beaverton, and they came back late for that one as Gillespie gets one in the air out to center. Going back is Leonard, circling around underneath it. He's there for the first out. One down here in the top of the 5th inning. Up next is Zach Holland. 2 sack bunts for him. Nobody on here, so likely you have to expect. Probably not trying to lay down a bunt. Docs Baseball Tonight brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, and pellets. Wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. That's Fisher's Hearth and Home. First pitch swinging away for Holland.
He's a working man. He ought to have money.
The 0-1 pitch. Holland this time rips it, and it's snagged out of the air by Bumpus at second base. Looked like it had a chance to get over his head, but Bumpus getting up, and he snags that one out of the air for out number 2. 2 down. Nobody on base in the top of the 5th for the Docs. Jonathan Stone will bat next. 1 for 2 for him. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Had an RBI single in the third, putting the Docs up 1-0 at the time. First pitch swinging. Hard hit ball towards third. Goes off the heel of the glove for Justin Doyle. He took a step back on that one initially, and that got in on him. That'll be an E5 for Corvallis. Ball right at Justin Doyle. And the error puts a man on for the Doc Stewarts with 2 away. 1 on. 2 down. Brody Black up. He's been on base twice. Starts out with a strike on the inside corner. Black hit by a pitch on the shoulder blades in his last at-bat. The shadows have now pretty much consumed all of Legion Field. Lights will really start taking effect here soon. Into the 8 o'clock hour. Throw over to first. Stone not looking to get picked off for a second time. Was picked off back in the first inning to end the inning. 0-1 count against Brody Black. Shellhammer's pitch, a breaking ball, misses inside and high. So Corvallis with a little bit of momentum. Doc Stewart's having to battle through a little bit of adversity in the bottom of the 4th, an injury, taking starting shortstop Caden Johnson out of the game, also giving up 2 bases to James Anderson, and he scores later on in the play, or later on in the inning. Just a wild turn of events there in the bottom of the 4th for the Docs defensively. Brody Black got jammed a bit, a slow roller to short. Grant Carley's throw to first will retire the side. Doc Stewart's unable to threaten here in the top of the 5th. No runs on no hits. There was 1 error for Corvallis and 1 man left on base for the Dr. Stewarts. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. Cody Johnson still on the rubber for the Doc Stewarts. When we return, you're watching American Legion Baseball on 541radio.com and listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
You're watching coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Broadcast coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley, building relationships by bringing real estate back to the basics. Call her at 541-671-5296 or visit her online at virginia.foxrealestategroups.com. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians.
Cody Johnson in a 1-1 ball game going to the bottom of the 5th inning. He will face the top of the order for Corvallis. Docs Baseball Tonight brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Again, Sean Little Cody Johnson's winning the battle there. A little 0 for 2 in the contest. He takes a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Last time up, Little saw one pitch and flew out to center field. He'll get a longer at-bat here in the 5th. 1-0. Fastball misses low for a 2-0 count. Tied at 1. First round matchup between the Doc Stewarts and the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. Winner moves on into the championship bracket to face the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags. 2-0 is a called strike at the top end of the zone. Johnson waiting for Little to step back in the box. He takes his time. Cody, 2-1. That ball in the air. Out towards right center. Garrett Russell there for the out. 1 down. The 2-hitter, Azel Bumpus, will bat next. 1 for 2 on the day for Bumpus. He had a nice defensive play in the top of the 5th inning, snagging a ball out of the air off the bat of Zach Holland, robbing him of a base hit. His first pitch comes in for strike 1. I've got Johnson unofficially at around 61 pitches in this ball game. As he misses outside for a 1-1 count. The 1-1 from Johnson. Strike on the outside corner from the righty to the lefty. Umpire calls that one on the edge. Looks like for those that might be watching now at home, looks like I might have hit a wrong button in there somewhere. The 1-2 pitch, that ball tailing into left center. It'll get in for a base hit for Bumpus on the 1-2 pitch. He lines one out into the alley. A 1-out single. 1 on with 1 away. Docs will look for a double play ball off the bat of shortstop Grant Carley. 1 for 2 in this one. Coverage will start again at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It'll be the final day with everybody still in the tournament. Eliminations start happening tomorrow. First pitch swinging for Carley. It's strike 1. Fouled that one off down the left field side. Tournament coverage online at 541radio.com is brought to you by Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse. Look for Sportsman's Warehouse at this year's Douglas County Fair for your chance to win a new Smith & Wesson M&P 15 rifle. As a pickoff move to first. Cody Johnson gets Azel Bumpus at first, and that is twice that Bumpus has now been picked off on the bases. Once thrown out at home, and now thrown out at first. 2 down, and the base is empty. Stone applying the tag. The 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2 on a check swing for Grant Carley. And Johnson now with some momentum here. His 0-2 pitch with 2 down and nobody on base. Ball in the air out to left field. Going back is Gillespie. Squaring up, turning, and underneath it for the final out. Gillespie making it look a little interesting out there, chasing that one down. It looked well struck, but Doran underneath it with plenty of time. In the bottom of the 5th, no runs on 1 hit. There were no Doc Stewart errors. Nobody left on base for Corvallis. And we're through 5 innings. This one tied at 1 apiece. Heading to the top of the 6th, you're watching Docs Baseball online at 541radio.com and on the radio at CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Find more tournament information like scores, stats, game recaps, and updated schedules online at 541radio.com. Here's a look at the games on today's broadcast schedule. Remember, every game from the state tournament will be broadcast on 541radio.com. Tournament coverage is presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley.
Hold on to those things. We have more money.
Top of the 5th inning, Docs, the designated visiting team after the flip of the coin. They scored first, but it's a tie game as Luke Lucido leads things off in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch fouled away for strike 1. Docs baseball tonight brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 0-1 from Owen Shellhammer, still out there working for Corvallis. Misses in the dirt for a 1-1 count. Docs had Noah Burke throwing at one point in the bullpen. One delivery from Shellhammer. Strike on a breaking ball inside corner. Corvallis hasn't had anybody up in their bullpen as far as I've noticed. Nobody throwing for the Docs at the moment. 1-2 for Lucido in the dirt, 2-2 count. Luke with tape on both of his wrists. He's had one throw from second so far that looked a little, might stretch his shoulder out a little bit. Is a 2-2. He pokes that one out towards right field, going opposite side. Luke taking a turn around second. He's going to try for 2. The throw, safe. Slides around the tag at second after the tag applied by Grant Carley. Throw beat him there, but he slid around it. It'll be a double to lead things off here in the 6th for Luke Lucido. If he had been running straight off from the get-go, he easily would have probably gotten in, but I didn't think he'd even try to stretch it into a double. And his slight hesitation made it close, but it was a good decision as he gets in safely on the double into right center. Franklin Leonard, I think, slid to cut it off, make sure it didn't get by, and then took a second getting up to throw back in. And that's what gave Lucido the inkling to try and take 2. Gets into scoring position. Nobody out. Zach Mandera at the plate. Does he square to bunt? No. And he takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Go-ahead run out at second for the Docs here in the top of the 6th. Late stages of this playoff game. Mandera 0 for 2 in the game against Owen Shellhammer. The righty still firing. His 1-0 pitch. Mandera fouls one up in the air. Could be playable for Anderson. He'll chase it and run out of room. One ball, one strike against Mandera. Shellhammer's 1-1. Mandera did square to bunt, but he fouls it for strike 2. Coverage of American Legion Baseball on 541radio.com, sponsored by Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of your local sports in Douglas County. Shellhammer stepping off after the lengthy time out of the box by Mandera. Zach back in, a 1-2 count. Luke Lucido out at second. Shellhammer takes a look. Bump is holding the runner. Ground ball, third base side, gets into left field, goes off the glove of Doyle. Lucido up to third. That didn't quite make it into left field. It goes right up the arm of Justin Doyle at third and into foul territory. Not that far away. Definitely no time to recover and make a play at first. And a base hit there for Zach Mandera on a hard ball hit right by Justin Doyle at third. Runners on the corners with nobody out now for the Doc Stewarts. And to the mound, James Anderson, the first baseman, to have a quick conversation.
Up in the 5th inning, he is up to 67 pitches. Cody Johnson is up to 67 pitches.
With Owen Shellhammer. Johnson back to first. One of the field umpires wanted to have a conversation with the bat boy. I'm not sure if he was trying to get something from him or tell him a message. Not really sure. Runners on the corners. Again, nobody out, and out in front of home plate will come the catcher, Logan Williams. Gives some signals to the infield to designate what they want to do with nobody out in the top of the sixth inning. Shellhammer's first pitch to Jet Black, a big swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Jet going after everything he could get on that one. Jet 1 for 2 in the ball game. Had a swinging bunt back in the fourth that he beat out on the infield. No balls, 1 strike against Jet. 2 on with nobody out. Doc's in a tie ball game as the pitch misses inside from Shellhammer. Doc's Baseball also brought to you by optometrist Dr. Bonnie Gower. She's here to open your eyes to more options when it comes to your vision. To find out more or to schedule an appointment, call her at 440-2590. Breaking ball misses outside, laying off. Jet Black with a 2-1 count. Our first game coming up tomorrow. Mentioned it's at 10 o'clock. That game is going to be Beaverton and Salem, playing at 10 o'clock tomorrow in an elimination game. 2-1, throw over to first. They get Mandera off the bag at first. Another pickoff throw by Owen Shellhammer, and that's your first out here in the top of the sixth. So Shellhammer, that's 2 runners picked off at first base. Quick move. 1 away. Jet Black at the plate with a 2-1 count. Pitch in the dirt to make it a 3-1 count now for Jet. I don't think either pitcher has walked a batter. We do have 2 hit batters for Owen Shellhammer. And neither pitcher has walked anybody. The 3-1 is ball 4. At least I think that is the case. Let me double check here on the electronic stat keeping. Cody Johnson, no walks. Owen Shellhammer, now 1 walk. So yeah, neither pitcher had walked anybody prior to the walk issue to Jet Black. That would have loaded the bases if Mandera had not gotten picked off at first. Would have loaded the bases with nobody out. Instead, it's runners at first and third with 1 away. Batting is Jacob Luther. Came in defensively for Caden Johnson after he had a freak play that got a ball in the face to him, as Luther will take inside for ball 1. Jacob Luther from Umpqua Valley Christian High School comes in batting .282. Started out the season pretty hot, has taken a bit of a dip as of late. The 1-0 pitch from Shellhammer. That ball in the air, shallow right field. And it may not be enough to score Lucido. He tags. He's going to fake as if he's going to the plate and head back to third. Luther's pop fly, not enough to bring in the go-ahead run for the Doc Stewarts. 2 down, and it'll be up to Garrett Russell to try and score a run from third with 2 away. Russell so far in this ball game, 0 for 1. Last time up, popped out to the shortstop. He was hit by a pitch in the third and scored a run. A pick over to first base. Back in safely goes Jet Black. Anderson, he's a right-hander, so he's got to turn and throw to first, but he is just quick with that move, and that is what has gotten the Docs off guard. First pitch to Russell. It's in the dirt, bounced away, but not far enough from Logan Williams. Both runners will hold put. A ball and no strikes against Garrett Russell. Tied at 1 here in the top of the 6th. Docs threatening here, their best chance in a while, but They have not been able to capitalize on it as a called strike against Russell. A 1-1 count now for the Docs center fielder. Two down, runners on the corners for the Docs. Jet Black at first. The pitch into Russell, and it got him again. Second time he's been beaned, and he's been beaned more times than he's struck out this season. Third hit batter for Shellhammer. And the bases are loaded as we go to the top of the lineup for Doran Gillespie.
Doran Gillespie.
Gillespie tied for the team lead in home runs with 2, tied with with Luke Lucido. Docs 6 home runs as a team. Just mentioning it. Top of the 6th inning, and a balk is called. The Docs will go ahead 2-1. A balk called against Owen Shellhammer. Luke Lucido scores. Jet Black up to second. Garrett Russell to third. And out of the dugout will come Evan Hilberg. I got a little distracted with the way he was running out there. A little Charlie Brown type of shuffle there. And he's trying to have a conversation with the umpire. They're doing it from about 20 feet away. Hilberg's still talking as he's backing his way back towards the dugout. Gives a couple of words of advice to his pitcher as he walks back. 2-1 your score. Doc Stewart's in front. Still 2 runners on and 2 away. At the plate, Doran Gillespie. 1 for 3 on the day for Gillespie. A golden chance to pick up another RBI. Good speed on the bases. Out at second is Garrett Russell. He can fly around the bases. He takes a pretty big lead as well. Jet Black faking at third. First pitch to Gillespie is a slow breaking ball for strike 1 on the outside corner. Well, I've seen a whole different crew of umpires throughout the tournament. Each game with its own crew. This one, I like his strike call. Big, loud, quick. I've seen some that take their time. Pitch low for ball 1 against Gillespie. Hey, folks, try out Little Caesars Large 1-Topping Extra Most Bestest. It has the most toppings of all major pizza chains. That's the Extra Most Bestest Large 1-Topping at Little Caesars. A ball and a strike against Doran Gillespie. Runners at second and third. The pitch. Gillespie a swing and a miss. Ahead on a breaking ball. Corvallis, the third place team out of Area 4. The Doc Stewarts, the third place team out of, Area 3 for Corvallis. Doc's the third place team out of Area 4. Corvallis wins their way in a super regional to get here. Doc's the host team with the automatic bid. The 1-2 against Gillespie. Ground ball up the middle. Not a lot of defenders there. Bobbled at second, and a run will score. Gillespie on safely. I'd say a base hit. I don't know if second baseman Azell Bumpus was going to have a chance to make the play. The middle of the infield was wide open. Both middle infielders playing away from the bag. And the Docs will take a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 6th inning with 2 outs on the single by Doran Gillespie. That scores Jet Black. Garrett Russell up to third. That one just took a long time to roll through the middle of the infield. And both the middle infielders were playing away from the middle. And so it took a while to get there, and that made it for a difficult opportunity to try and score a run, or try and get an out, as the first pitch fouled away by Zach Holland. Holland in 0 for 1. Should be 1 for 1 with 2 sack bunts and a single to right field, but Azell Bumpus robbing him of a hit, stealing a line drive out of the air. The 0-1 for Holland. He fouls it away for strike 2. Holland looking at an RBI opportunity here, trying to give the Docs a little bit more cushion as they go to the bottom of the 6th. Corvallis is the designated home team, so they will get the bat in the bottom of the 7th unless they do come back and take a lead. The 0-2 pitch, throw over to first. Gillespie back in safely. Tim's Appliance Tim's Appliance Outlet Store. They are located at the corner of Lane and South Stevens here in Roseburg. They are sponsors of American Legion coverage on 541radio.com throughout the state tournament. The 0-2 pitch, runner going, and the ball is fouled away. Will stay an 0-2 count for Zach Holland, and back to first base will go Doran Gillespie. I want to say thanks to all of our sponsors throughout the regular season for Docs Baseball and here during the tournament to be able to bring you coverage of every tournament game online at 541radio.com. 0-2 pitch from Shellhammer. Holland got popped up, this one on the infield. The catcher calling for it, and he does come away with it, bobbled it a bit, but Logan Williams hangs on. That finishes off things in the top of the sixth, but the Doc Stewarts scored 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors for Corvallis, and there were 2 men left on base. Headed to the bottom of the 6th inning, Docs lead 3-1. You're watching American Legion Tournament Baseball online at 541radio.com and listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
We're here until a champion is crowned. Follow every game from the state tournament on 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker in Oregon with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And don't worry if you missed a game. Find our broadcasts archived online as well. Tournament coverage is also sponsored by Clint Newell Auto Group, Tim's Appliance and Mattress, Roseburg Sportsman's Warehouse, Little Caesars, and the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians. We'll be back with more coverage of the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament.
Basket.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Docs leading 3-1 now against Corvallis. And Cody Johnson out for his 6th inning of work. His breaking ball to lead things off is outside against James Anderson. 1 for 2 in the game for Anderson. Last game of the day here from Legion Field. We'll be back for 4 more again tomorrow. 1-0 pitch. Strike on the inside corner to even it up. Docs Baseball on 1490 The Score is brought to you by Cruz Farms Market. Now open for the season. Don't forget the pie. 1-1 Anderson skyrockets one in the air. Foul territory first base side. Jonathan Stone coming in. And the first baseman makes the grab for the first out. In foul territory. Stone trotting in. Able to track that one all the way. 1 retired. Docs now make it 5 outs away from trying to get a win in the first round of the tournament. And I did not look this number up. May have to do so tonight. But the Docs haven't had a tournament win in a while, as a pitch over the plate must have been a little elevated. A 1-0 count. Last time Docs were in the tournament was 2014, but they went 2 and out as a pitch outside for a 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes here against Logan Williams, who is 1 for 2. Check swing, but it's called for a strike. 2-1 his count. Last state tournament appearance was 2014 in Grants Pass, and Docs went 0-2 in that tournament. Last state title was 2010. 2-1 pitch. Williams puts it high in the air, out to center, charging in. Russell makes the catch. Everybody converging. Russell, the one that'll take it. That'll retire the second batter.
The next batter is number 26, Nolan Jackson.
Up next, Nolan Jackson, who's 0 for 2 in this contest. The hitter digs into the left-handed batter's box. One of two lefties in the lineup for Corvallis. First pitch from the righty to the lefty is a breaking ball that cuts in at the knees for strike one. Head coach Scott Shaver, he is one of 3 Docs coaches ever to win a state title. He's trying to win his second. That would put him in some very rarefied air as a pitch outside for a 1-1 count. He's been coaching with the Docs for 11 seasons. Pitch fouled away for strike 2. Oh, wait, now what is this? Those guys down at the Lions Den, they're coming through late in the game. Rick Bierman, thank you, buddy.
You're welcome, buddy. Enjoy that bad boy.
Steak and potato salad and watermelon. And I missed. It was a strike 3 pitch. They always distract me with food out of the Lions Den. If you're coming down to the tournament for any of the days coming up, make sure you stop by the Lions Den. They'll at least give you a good laugh, and they'll fill your belly as well. Strike 3, and that'll finish things off in the bottom of the 6th. Corvallis goes down. They'll be down to their 3 final outs as Doc Stewart's lead 3-1 going to the 7th, and they look to try and add some more insurance here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue. Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
And your first batter for the Doc Stewarts to lead off the
Top of the 7th inning, crunch time now in this one. Both these teams trying to stay in the winner's side of the bracket in the state tournament here. They're starting to grill up the good stuff down in the Lions Den. Rick bringing up a steak. Leading things off, Jonathan Stone got handcuffed, sends one to third, and the throw to first gets him by a half a step. Justin Doyle with the putout, one away. Leading things off here in the top of the 7th inning. Brody Black will stand in next for the Doc Stewarts with 1 down and nobody on. Rick tempting me with steak here. I had to just try and cut it up a little bit before I got a chance to eat any. The first pitch, a strike against Brody. In the process of receiving some food from the Lions Den, they're always so gracious. I do appreciate it. I missed out on that strikeout looking for Cody Johnson as a foul ball takes Brody Black to an 0-2 count. Cody striking out Nolan Jackson to finish off the bottom of the 6th. A 1-2-3 6th inning for Cody, and it was his 3rd punch-out of the ball game. Every strikeout for the Doc Stewarts pitching staff brought to you by Joe's Towing. The 0-2 is outside to Brody, bounces all the way to the backstop from Owen Shellhammer, who is still in this ballgame throwing into the 7th. Both teams using starting pitchers deep into the ballgame, although Corvallis does have somebody up throwing, so do the Doc Stewarts. Brody fouls off another one to stay alive with the 1-2 count. Thrown in the bullpen for Corvallis is Aaron Osborne from Lebanon High School. For the Doc Stewarts, Noah Burke is getting loose down there. 1-2 delivery out of Shellhammer. Ball rocketed to right field, and it's a base knock, and now a misplay in right. Brody Black is going to hold on and just stay at first. Slipped in the grass a little bit out there in right field for Nolan Jackson. Don't know if the grass is going to be that damp or anything at the moment, but
running at first base is number 4, Peyton
there
Hope.
you go. Hard line drive into right field for Brody Black, and now he gets lifted for a pinch runner. It'll be Peyton Hope that'll run. Peyton Hope, an upgrade on the speed category. He has gotten himself into trouble a couple of times on the bases, overrunning bags and getting backpicked. So he'll have to be careful, be smart here as he stands on with one out. And Luke Lucido batting. First pitch, a called strike against Luke. Lucido is 2 for 3 in the game, a single and a double. Did ground into a double play back in the third. Hope back to first base on a pickoff throw by Shellhammer. Docs leading 3-1. Oh, 1 pitch to Lucido, a breaking ball high and inside. 2018 American Legion State Tournament coverage online at 541radio.com is brought to you by Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe of Indians, a proud supporter of local sports in Douglas County. The 1-1, Lucido fouls it back to the netting behind home. 3-1 the score, top of the 7th here. Docs defensively will be 3 outs away from getting a win in the first round of the state tournament. A 1-2 pitch from Shellhammer. A throw over to first again. Hope back in with a hop step over to the bag. A 1-2 pitch fouled away by Lucido. Stays at a 1-2 count. For Corvallis, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. You might think, oh, bottom of the lineup may not be too bad. Well, actually, the bottom of the lineup for Corvallis has produced 3 hits and 6 at-bats. So, look out. Justin Doyle, 2 for 2 in the ball game in the 8th spot. 1-2 from Shellhammer is low. Evens up the count for Luke Lucido. On deck, Zach Mandera, 1 for 3 in the ball game. 2-2 pitch. Right side foul. After the game, stick around. We'll have extended coverage. If you've watched any of the earlier games online at 541radio.com, we've been doing kind of a quick post-game show, but for Docs Baseball, we do have the Roseburg Disposal post-game show coming up for you at the end of the game. Another throw over to first, Hope back in safely. So stay tuned for that. We'll recap the game and name our Doc Stewart's player of the game. 2-2 pitch out of Shellhammer. Lucido fouls another one back. It was a looping breaking ball that he got on early, but was able to make contact. Hey folks, Sportsman's Warehouse has everything you need for your next camping, hunting, or fishing excursion. Get to Sportsman's Warehouse today and stock up before heading outdoors. Sportsman's Warehouse, take it outside. Another 2-2 pitch here for Shellhammer, working against Lucido. And Luke, another foul ball, battling at the plate. Long at bat. If you didn't make your way out here today and you plan on coming out tomorrow, day pass for every game, $10. Single game pass, $6. $5 for seniors. And you could get a tournament pass, still a great deal at $25 as Lucido gets jammed, sends one out to second base, and it is caught in the air by Azel Bumpus. An athletic move to charge in and get to that soft liner towards second base. Bumpus makes the catch. 2 away. Still at first base is Peyton Hope. And now out to the mound will go Evan Hilberg to talk with Shellhammer, who is over 100 pitches in the game and will come out with 2 down in the top of the 7th inning. Shellhammer exits the game. Right now he's on the hook for the loss. We'll get you the numbers on his book when we come back A new man on the mound, a lefty for Corvallis when we return. You're watching Dr. Stewart's Baseball in the 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament. Online at 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. And you're listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
The new man on the mound for the Marketmen will be Aaron Osborne from Lebanon High School, his first year with Corvallis, a 2018 graduate from Lebanon. The lefty takes over for Owen Shellhammer. The starter goes 6 2/3, gave up 10 hits. Right now credited with 3 runs, all of them earned. He is the pitcher of record for Peyton Hope, who's standing at first, running for Brody Black. So if Hope were to score, that run would go against Owen Shellhammer. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 3 hit batters for Shellhammer to finish out his day. First pitch from Osborne is fouled up in the air. No, yeah, that does get out of play. It looked like right fielder Nolan Jackson. I thought he had a good look at it. Instead, it looks like he probably had no read on it at all. It looked like he was searching for it. But the way he was staring into the night sky, I thought, well, maybe he's got to look to get to that one. Foul ball off of Zach Mandera's bat for an 0-1 count against Osborne. The lefty set, throws to the plate. That ball ripped in left field, going foul. Into the corner. That'll be strike 2 against Mandera. 1 for 3 in the game, looking for his second hit. Docs lead 3-1. They'll look to hang on to that lead going to the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 pitch coming up for Osborne, trying to get one out to finish the top of the 7th. Time called before he comes set. Well, for a limited time, Little Caesars has a large 5-meat pizza with extra cheese. It's only $9. You can get it hot and ready for pickup from 4 to 8. Swing and a miss, and a throw down to first base will get Mandera. Strikeout from Aaron Osborne to finish off the Docs in the top of the 7th. And the Doc Stewart's unable to add any insurance. They lead at 3-1. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors for Corvallis. 1 man left on base for the Doc Stewarts. And we will head to the bottom of the 7th. Down to the final 3 outs. Docs 3 outs away from a win. Corvallis needs 2 to tie and 3 to take a victory. Back after this, you're watching Doc Stewart's and American Legion Baseball online at 541radio.com and listening on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Corvallis County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
It's cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Comes down to this between the Docs and the Marketmen. Cody Johnson looking for a complete game victory, and his first pitch is strike one against Kyle Killen, who will lead things off for Corvallis in the bottom of the seventh. 0-1 delivery out of Johnson. That ball well hit, in the air out to left, on the run. Gillespie chasing this one to the warning track, to the wall. That ball's gone. A solo homer for Kyle Killen. It's suddenly a one-run ball game. 3-2 is your score. Nobody out. Home run. Kyle Killen, his second hit of the ninth. This bottom of the lineup has been dangerous, especially the 7 and the 8 hitters. That's who I'm talking about. Killen now with 2 hits, 2 for 3. Justin Doyle will stand in. He's 2 for 2. Ninth hit of the ball game for Corvallis gets him back within 1. A solo homer, and that's the second homer of the day here on day 1 of the tournament. Swing and a miss for Justin Doyle, going after a high fastball. No Burke up and thrown again for the Docs in the bullpen. The 0-1, a breaking ball fouled away for strike 2. Cody Johnson hasn't even reached 90 pitches yet. So he's been pretty efficient. The 0-2 pitch, high and away. Doyle thought about it, watched it go by closely, but did not chase. 1-2 delivery from Johnson. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's a Joe's towing strikeout, and a big one for Cody Johnson as he gets the first out and comes back after giving up a homer and gets a punch out. 1 away. Docs need 2 more as Franklin Leonard is the scheduled hitter, and he will stand in 0 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch, a called strike 1. Leonard has popped out and grounded out. His 0-1 pitch outside. Nobody on, 1 away. 3-2 your score. The 1-1 from Johnson. That ball fouled off for strike 2. Blood's got to be pumping for both these teams. Pressure moment here to wrap up day 1. It's been a big day. It's a pitch inside for a 2-2 count. Been a lot of exciting baseball. Medford was on the ropes, scored late to come back for a win. Back and forth affair between between Dallas and Hillsborough as a pitch high and away for ball 3. Back and forth affair between Dallas and Hillsborough, and a tight one all the way through between Salem and Mid-Valley. 3-2 pitch for Johnson. Fouled away, and we'll do it again. A walk would put the game-tying run at first and bring the game-winning run to the plate. Johnson's 3-2 pitch. Fouled back again. Went to the breaking ball on that one. Right over the plate, good movement. Just got a piece of it. Leonard stays alive. Full count, 1 away, nobody on base. A 1-run lead for the Doc Stewarts at the moment. Johnson shakes off the first signal from Holland, delivers outside. Ball 4, first walk issued for Cody Johnson. 1 on, 1 away. Docs will look for a double play ball. They'll try and wrap up this one. 2 outs away from getting into the championship bracket and staying there.
The next batter is designated hitter number 12.
The winner moves on to face the Dallas Post 20 Dirtbags tomorrow. Sean Little digs in. He has popped out twice to center field his last 2 times up, 0 for 3. First pitch, strike 1 called. Johnson up over 90 pitches now, going to be closing in on 100 here soon. Doc's looking for a ground ball up the middle to turn 2 with. Reminder that Jacob Luther has come in defensively at shortstop after Caden Johnson was knocked out of the game on a freak play at second where the ball ricocheted off a helmet and into his face. The 0-1 Little squared to bunt, takes, and the throw down to first not in time. He takes low for ball 1. Got the bat back just in time. Johnson does not waste a lot of time on the mound. He was already staring in. Little taking his time in the box. A practice swing for him. Now some time. And he will dig in. Johnson quickly comes set. Fires in. And it's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Holland quickly was looking down to first. Does not throw, as Leonard got back to the bag quickly. A ball and 2 strikes now against Sean Little, who has every pitch at bat, or every pitch of his at bat has seemed the same routine. Steps out and takes some swings. His 1-2 reaches for it. That ball in the air out to left field. Gillespie won't be able to get there. It's a base knock. His first of the game, and the game-winning run is now at first base. At second base, the game-tying run, and Corvallis with a little bit of life still hanging on in this one. It looked like Little got fooled on the pitch, was caught reaching, and didn't get a lot on that one, and that's what gets him to drop one in. Runners at first and second, and this could be it for Cody Johnson, and if it is, it'll be a save opportunity for the next man in for the Doc Stewarts. Johnson kicking around dirt on the mound as Coach Shaver comes out to talk to him. And as it stands right now, it looks like it'll be a motivational speech from Coach Shaver, trying to get his starting pitcher through a 7-inning complete game victory to keep his team in the championship bracket. Azel Bumpus stands in. He is 2 for 3 in the game, a couple of line drives to the outfield. A ball in the outfield could quite possibly tie this game up.
The next batter, number 17, Azel Bumpus.
Left-handed batter. Docs will shade him to right field against Johnson. 4th time through the lineup here for Corvallis. First pitch, strike 1 for Bumpus. He takes all the way. Gillespie still playing straightaway left, but Russell and Black playing as if they're shading to right as a called strike on the outside corner for an 0-2 count. A double play ends the game. Runners at first and second. 1-run game here in the bottom of the 7th. An 0-2 pitch for Johnson. Swung on, that ball into left field. They're going to send the game-tying run to the plate. Gillespie up with it. His throw is offline. Tie ball game. Corvallis comes back to tie it here in the 7th with 2 runs, a solo homer, and now a single by Azel Bumpus, his 3rd hit of the game, drives in the game-tying run from second. And runners at first and second again, and the game-winning run is in scoring position for Corvallis. Docs need 2 more outs, and that'll send it to extras. And this is going to do it for Cody Johnson. He's going to exit the game without a decision, at least at the moment. He hopes that it is not an exit of the game with a loss. He's not going to exit the game per se. Johnson will move to shortstop as Jacob Luther will come out of the game. Luther goes to the bench. In for him will be Noah Burke, and Johnson goes to short. Tie ball game, bottom of the 7th. Corvallis fighting their way back. We'll take a quick break and come back, see if the Docs can force it to extra innings. You're watching the American Legion Baseball State Tournament online at 541radio.com and listening to the Docs on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Stewart's number 10, Noah Burke.
swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Bottom of the 7th inning. It is a tight one between the Docs and the Marketmen. Tie ball game. Runners at first and second. 3 hits in the 7th inning drive Cody Johnson out of the game, and he gives up the lead. 6 1/3 innings, gave up 11 hits. Right now credited with 3 runs. 3 runs and 3 earned, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts, but both runners on base, inherited by Noah Burke, go to Cody Johnson. Noah Burke comes into the game looking for 2 outs and trying to force it to extras in our final game of day 1 in the tournament. Noah Burke had been used as a relief pitcher throughout much of the season for the Doc Stewarts. Comes in with 27 2/3 innings worked, a 4-0 record. As he gets a pitch high and inside against Grant Carley. He'll face the heart of the lineup here. 4-0 record, 1 save in 2 appearances, a 3.28 ERA. 1-0 pitch. High and inside again for a 2-0 count. Walk loads the bases here. Doc's 2 outs away from forcing it to extras. Corvallis 1 run away from staying in the championship bracket. 2-0 pitch out of Burke. Strike called at the knees. Grant Carley 1 for 3 in the ballgame, a single back in the first, his only hit. 2-1 delivery from Burke with runners at first and second. Delivers in. That ball fouled back for strike 2. Ground ball double play sends us to extras. That is obviously a desirable outcome for the Doc Stewarts in this one. 2-2 pitch for Burke. Outside, ball gets by Holland to the backstop. Both runners move up 90 feet. There's only 1 out. Sac fly could win it here for Corvallis. Full count. And time called for Evan Hilberg. Going to have a conversation with Grant Carley. Doc's outfielders have to be ready to try and throw to the plate if a ball comes their way. Also now a base hit or a pass ball could win the game for Corvallis. A lot of possibilities now with just 1 away. The bases loaded, the bases with runners at second and third. And it's a full count at the plate for Grant Carley, the shortstop. Noah Burks, 3-2 delivery. That ball is in the air, foul territory. Jonathan Stone up against the fence, won't have a chance to get to it. Well, the Docs were so close. Now they're going to have to work a little bit harder to try and get this one in their favor. Right now, all the momentum on the side of the Marketmen. But the game not done. It's still a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. 3-2 count coming up for Noah Burke against Grant Carley. Tied at 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Time called before the next pitch. Corvallis ready to explode out of that first base dugout, celebrating a walk-off win on the day 1 of the tournament. That ball is in the air, popped back behind home, and it does get out of play. Docs are looking for an easy out, however they can get it here, with runners at 2nd and 3rd. That would ease a little bit of the tension for the Docs defense. They all play in on the grass at the moment. Stone, Lucido, Johnson, Mandera. Right to left across the diamond as we sit behind home. 3-2 pitch from Burke. Got him reaching for it, flares it out to right field. Jet Black coming in, he'll catch. They're going to throw the runner to the plate. The throw up the line, the runner back to third. Jet will hold the game-winning run at third base on a catch in right field. Carley flies out to right for the second out, and the Doc Stewart's now 1 out away from getting out of this 7th with the game still going. At the plate, it's going to be James Anderson, the cleanup man, 1 for 3 today. Faces Burke for the first time, and he takes low for ball 1, and the fans not happy about that strike zone. One-0 pitch here for Burke. Outside, bounces away, Holland racing towards it. Corvallis wins. The Marketmen will come away with a 4-3 victory on top of the Doc Stewarts on a wild pitch that scores Sean Little. And the Doc Stewarts will fall in game 1 of the 2018 tournament. They'll go into the losers bracket tomorrow, facing an elimination game against Dallas Post 20. That is not true. Dallas will face Corvallis tomorrow, and the Docs will fall into a loser-out game against Hillsborough tomorrow. And we will find out timing of everything for you tomorrow, as the Doc Stewarts will play at 7 o'clock, but they're in the losers bracket in a game that would have been scheduled at 1 o'clock. So we will find out the schedule and try and report that to you when we come back. Your Roseburg Disposal postgame show coming up next. Doc Stewarts and the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen wrap up day 1 with an exciting one. It goes in Corvallis' favor, 4-3. Back after a 2-minute break, you're watching the 2018 American Legion State Tournament, streaming online at 541radio.com. Presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams, Umpqua Valley. And you're listening to Docs Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Reese's Pieces. Popcorn with butter.
Starburst.
Popcorn.
Okay.
Skittles. Popcorn.
Swedish Fish.
Oh. Reese's Pieces.
Best snack for movies? Buttered popcorn.
Okay. Tough way to end it tonight for the Doc Stewarts. The host team, they gave Corvallis about everything they could get, but the Docs couldn't hold off the Marketmen down the stretch. And this one goes Corvallis' direction. 4-3, your final score, a tight one, as we finish out day one of the Legion State Tournament here at Roseburg's historic Legion Field. We welcome you back to the broadcast. It's the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. This one goes final 3 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the Doc Stewarts. And they finished out with 9 men left on base. For Corvallis, 4 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. And the Marketmen end up leaving 5 men on base. Cody Johnson will take the loss for the Doc Stewarts after a heck of a performance. Another tough luck loss for him. Johnson will fall to 3-6 on the year. But he pitched 6 1/3 innings and was really good, holding Corvallis off balance. But the 7th inning gets to him. Johnson takes the loss. Getting the win in relief is Aaron Osborne. He only pitched to 1 batter, but he was the last pitcher of record for Corvallis before they take the lead and win. Owen Shellhammer pitched 6 2/3 inning as the starter. Gave up just 3 runs on 10 hits. Not a bad performance from him, but he came out in the 7th inning, and Aaron Osborne came out and closed it out. Final score again, 4-3 here in the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's game recap, brought to you by the News Review Sports section. For more on today's game and from all the games at the state tournament today, make sure to pick up a copy of the News Review print edition tomorrow on newsstands near you. Well, it was the Doc Stewarts, the designated visiting team, after a coin flip to start the day. Docs score 1 in the top of the 3rd inning. Corvallis tied it in the bottom of the 4th. 2 runs in the top of the 6th, though, look like the Docs were headed to a victory. But they can't hold on as 3 runs come across in the bottom of the 7th, with the game-winning run scoring in the bottom of the 7th on a wild pitch, bringing in Sean Little to give Corvallis a walk-off victory. Docs have lost now 5 straight. Corvallis has won 2 straight. Docs will look to try and turn the page and get back in the win column tomorrow when they take on Hillsboro, a team they did beat twice here at home earlier in the season, but a team that can hit the ball really well, and we'll see which team gets eliminated tomorrow in an elimination game, one of 2 of them coming up tomorrow afternoon. Hell, kind of a tough one to swallow here tonight. Doc Stewarts go to 22-21 on the season. Corvallis 25-18. We are trying to see if we can find out what time Corvallis will play tomorrow. From everything we've been told, Docs will play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That means a 6:45 pregame on the radio and on the video player. But the Docs obviously should be in an elimination game, which was originally scheduled for 1 o'clock, with the Docs losing and playing still at 7 o'clock tomorrow. We're trying to find out what time Corvallis will play. I'm going to guess that it's going to be the 1 o'clock game, but not certain as of yet. So stay tuned for that. If we don't get an answer on that before we go off the air, check out 541radio.com and the 1490 The Score homepage. We will post some updates for you there, and have the schedule on the page where the video player is. We'll have the schedule there for you guys to be able to check out what games are coming up when tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll look at some of the numbers from this one as the Docs fall in the opener for both the Docs and Corvallis. Game 1 for both teams from the 2018 AAA American Legion State Tournament. Tournament coverage on 541radio.com, presented by Virginia Everard, licensed broker with Fox Real Estate Groups and Keller Williams Umpqua Valley. We'll come back on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Gotta go with barbecue.
Cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Spitz cracked pepper.
Aunt Carol's barbecue seeds.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Ranch.
A walk-off win for Corvallis, 4-3, as they win the opening round game between these two sides, and will move on to take on Dallas tomorrow. And we're hoping to try and find out a time. Sounds like it'll be a 1 o'clock start time tomorrow for Corvallis. That's kind of what I was guessing. The Docs, if they were abiding by the bracket strictly, they'd be playing tomorrow at 1 o'clock in an elimination game. Since the Docs are going to claim the 7 o'clock game for both Saturday and Sunday, that leaves that 1 o'clock game open. And now the Doc Stewarts will try to stay in the tournament, playing tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, while Corvallis on the winner's side will play tomorrow at 1 o'clock here at Legion Field. So that's the schedule we're going to go with. We'll work to make sure that we get that confirmation from multiple sources, because it seems like you can ask about 3 different people and sometimes get a different answer from each and every one of them. So we will double-check the bracket on our way out the door and find out if they've made any changes or anything since we make that announcement on the radio. Let's take a look at numbers here today for you. Start out with the pitching. Both starting pitchers go deep into the game. Owen Shellhammer does not factor into the decision. He goes 6 2/3, 10 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 3 hit batters. But he does not factor into the decision. Aaron Osborne will pitch a third of an inning and pick up the win. A third of an inning worked for him. He strikes out 1. That's all he faces. But he gets the win in relief, coming in with the team trailing, but then the offense comes out and gets him a victory. Cody Johnson takes the loss, unfortunately. A strong 6 1/3 innings worked. Gave up a number of hits, but he pitched around trouble. 11 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and he gave up 1 homer. He takes the loss, goes to 3-6 on the year. Noah Burke pitched to a third of an inning. He did not give up a hit or run, no walks, no strikeouts. He threw the wild pitch that scored the game-winning run, but the run credited to Cody Johnson. So that's why he has 4 in the ballgame despite not being on the mound. Offensive for the Doc Stewarts, 2 for 4 for Doran Gillespie with an RBI. Zach Holland had a couple of sack bunts, goes 0 for 2. Jonathan Stone, 1 for 4 with an RBI. Brody Black, that is, 2 for 3. Luke Lucido goes 2 for 4 with a run scored. Zach Mandero 1 for 4. Jet Black 1 for 2 with a run scored. He also drew a walk. Caden Johnson was 1 for 2 before coming out of the game. After getting hit in the face with a baseball, he was covering second with a runner stealing. The ball went off of the runner's helmet and ricocheted into Caden Johnson's face. He came out of the game after that And we didn't see him after that. He went 1 for 2, though, before the injury. Jacob Luther came in relief at shortstop and went 0 for 1. Garrett Russell goes 0 for 1 at the bottom of the lineup with a run scored. He was hit by the pitch twice and flew out to short once. On the other side for Corvallis, 1 for 4 for Sean Little with a run scored. 3 for 4 for Azell Bumpus with an RBI. 1 for 4 for Grant Carley. 1 for 3 for James Anderson with a run scored. 1 for 3 for Logan Williams. Nolan Jackson 0 for 3. Kyle Killen 2 for 3. Justin Doyle 2 for 3. 0 for 2 for Franklin Leonard, and he had a run scored in there as well. So that is a look at tonight's numbers. We are going to name our Roseburg Refrigeration Player of the Game here in the post-game show. Your locally owned residential heating and cooling specialist. That's Roseburg Refrigeration. I'm going to give it to Cody Johnson. Tough luck loss for him here tonight. Pitched a stellar game and was very close to getting the Docs their first win in postseason play in a long time. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. Cody Johnson, though, I'm going to name him our player of the game. Brought to you by Roseburg Refrigeration, your locally owned residential heating and cooling specialist. This is the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. When we come back, actually, guys, back in the studio, you can just whisper in my ear. Do we got any commercial breaks we got to get to still? Try and make sure I get it. Okay, we do not, so I guess we'll just stick right here and we'll close it up. It's been a fun day, long day here at the ballpark. Looking forward to tomorrow when things ramp up even more. Elimination Day as we start facing teams getting knocked out of the postseason. Unfortunately, our Doc Stewarts will be one of those teams facing elimination. We'll hopefully get a chance to see them play for another game. But tomorrow the intensity will ramp up even more. Should be another exciting day at the ballpark. It starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It'll be the first of 2 elimination games on the day. It will be Beaverton and Salem tomorrow at 10 a.m. here at Legion Field. I will be broadcasting that one on 541radio.com, so look forward to talking to you all then. Then you'll have the 1 o'clock game, which I believe will be Dallas Post 20 against Corvallis. And that is continuing to be the message that I get here in the press box. So while they're both on the winner side of the bracket, they will play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Then you've got another winner's bracket game between Medford and Mid-Valley. That one at 4 o'clock. And then we'll wrap up the day with Hillsboro and the Doc Stewarts at 7 o'clock coming up tomorrow. So that'll be your schedule. We will have coverage of every game for you streaming online at 541radio.com. And we will continue to do that throughout the entire tournament until a champion is crowned. We'll have all the Docs games on the radio as well as we go into tomorrow's contest and however long the Doc Stewarts are still in this state tournament going forward. I want to say thanks to tonight the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen and the Doc Stewarts for allowing us to bring you the coverage here of Docs baseball on the radio. A lot of fun in this one, although the result not in Doc Stewarts and the home crowd's favor. It still was a great baseball game to be had to wrap up day 1 of the tournament. I want to say thanks to head coach Scott Shaver and the entire Roseburg Post-16 Legion. They have been a help throughout the entire season to put these games on. It's a lot of fun to work with them and really appreciate them giving us the freedom to do what we do here on the radio with the Doc Stewarts. Thanks to back in the studio for the radio production work tonight, Brenton Cranford and Chance Terrell, I do believe, back in the studio there. Hopefully I got that one right. As they run the radio side of things for us here this evening during the Doc Stewarts baseball game. And as always, thanks to you, the fans, for tuning in. Because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. And without you, if Doc Stewarts get to host another State Legion tournament coming up, without you guys watching and paying attention, we may not get to do this cool event and broadcast it like we are right now because it may not draw as much interest without you guys watching. So really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Whether you tuned in for one game, tuned in for all of them, really appreciate you guys coming online to 541radio.com and watching it tonight or today's ball games. We'll be doing it again tomorrow morning starting at 10 a.m., pregame at 9:55 for Beaverton and Salem on 541radio.com. So another long one coming up for us tomorrow as we bring you more action from the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament. I think that's about all I got to say, folks. We'll wrap it up there. Again, you can find the schedule posted online at 541radio.com. The same page where you go to watch the games, we'll have the schedule posted there on the side. We'll also try to make sure that it is very easy to find the bracket and all the fun stuff after day one of the tournament. So make sure to check 541radio.com for all your 2018 American Legion Baseball State Tournament needs there online. All right, that's going to do it, folks. Hope you have a wonderful evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow, and we'll bring you some more great baseball. We'll do it on the radio, and we'll do it online. You're listening to Doc Stewart's Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com. Is it Chance?